Post-separation abuse is real. The shocking statistics prove that trying to leave or having left an abusive partner can be a very dangerous time. Your fears are real. They're not imaginary. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to turn all the bad intentions and campaign of abuse against the ex. Hello, welcome to my channel. So this is a deep dive. I'm going to describe the full process of how to manage this nightmare, and it will enable you to maintain your sanity and safety throughout this terrifying time of decoupling and detaching from this person. So keep listening and keep a notebook handy. I will be discussing what post-separation abuse is, why does it happen, and what do they weaponise. And I will also describe 3 crucial stages of actions that you can take to send all that bad karma, bad intentions straight back to its sender. So you may logically know, well, they're not here anymore, they've left, I'm doing better, so you should feel safer, right? And yet you may still have issues that you are trying to resolve as you try and detach from this person. This is when post-separation abuse can show up, because you are still connected in some way. They still have access to you. So after you discarded them, or they you would think that they would want to get everything settled so they can move on. Well, think again. It's in this period of detachment that can be extremely challenging, if not dangerous. And sadly and tragically, there are some terrifying statistics. The Guardian have been producing data about femicide for a while now, and 51% of women victims were killed by former or current partners, and that includes 40% of those who were trying to leave. So I'll drop some links in the comments for you if you want to check on those. So the risk is real. Even if a partner has not been physically violent, they can become so at the end of the relationship. And the feeling of abject terror of what they may do is a common theme for women leaving controlling and abusive relationships. Maybe you are caught in this situation right now, but by listening to this video till the end, you will feel much more empowered. No one teaches you how to deal with terror of this magnitude, except today. I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. But next, we need to know the answer to the question, why does it happen in the first place? So understanding this takes the confusion right out of this situation. So it's an important part of your recovery. The truth is brutal though, so sit tight. Your ex has lost control of you, and yet they still feel the need to terrorise you as punishment. And it's made all the worse because they actually do want to cause you harm in any way they can. And this is when they are at their most dangerous. The statistics bear this out, as we've already discussed. And this is your validation that the person you are dealing with is what can be termed a person with a dark triad. That is, they are narcissistic, plus Machiavellian, plus psychopathic. They kind of come out to you because they know there is no going back. You have fully unmasked them. You probably don't even recognise the person you fell in love with. I'm not exaggerating. I've seen them at their very worst, and often so have my clients. So what do they actually weaponise? Well, they will do anything in their power to weaponise issues to cause you harm. And the smear campaign is just the tip of the iceberg. So you can check my video out about that here if you need to know more about it. They will weaponise any connection you still have with them, or financial settlements, courts, mediation, banks, social media, children and custody issues, GPs, social services, harassment, whether it's virtual or in real life, and assorted cybersecurity issues too. There's no bar too low for these sick individuals. So well done for staying with me so far. Now that we have developed vital awareness of post-separation abuse, I'm going to describe the 3-stage process for reversing the ex's bad karma or bad intentions. So the first stage is correct focus. We have to develop laser focus on ourselves. It's imperative that no matter what diabolical behaviour is going on, that we focus on ourselves first and how our body feels. And this is absolutely key to begin to unlock and reverse all of the bad karma and bad intentions. Don't be distracted from your purpose. The other thing is to understand what fear does to you, to understand what's going on in your body. So it's screaming out to us when we feel the following things: a tightening knot in the pit of our stomach, the jaw clenching, the palpitations, feeling nauseous, sleepless nights. My list is not exhaustive, so identify your own body feelings on this topic, and you are in a very heightened, activated state, emotionally dysregulated. So what this means is that your autonomic nervous system is activated. Cortisol and adrenaline are streaming through your system because you're acting under direct threat. Practically speaking, you make very poor decisions and take ill-advised actions in this triggered state. And this is because your nervous system prioritises survival, not strategy. Parts of your brain that manage strategy, like the prefrontal cortex, have shut down in response, while your limbic system, that contains the amygdala, deals with survival. It takes over all of your responses. These responses are necessary if you are trying to outrun a predator in the wild, but they don't help you when you're trying to put your affairs in order post-separation. Living under threat and fear means that you are continually caught in the fight, flight, freeze and fawn response with no respite. It's the ultimate survival mode. And understanding my fear equation is an essential awareness to help us power through and start reversing the ex's bad karma and intentions. So when we're in fear, this energises the abuser. It gives us incorrect thinking and taking wrong actions, and it also produces more of the same. So poor decision making doesn't help us when we're trying to get our affairs in order, and you get more control tactics to deal with as well. But the inverse is true. So when we have processed our fear and no fear, this starves the abuser of energy. It gives us really good effective thinking and we take correct action, and all that energy goes straight back to source. The abuser is not able to feed off your fear because it does not exist. So are you with me so far? Does it make sense? Let me know in the comments. This leads to our final stage and the secret key to unlock the reversal of the bad karma or the bad intentions. So the final step is to process your fear, to create a return to sender effect. So this is what I did. I sat with my feelings of deep-seated fear and literally felt them out. I worked with my breath also, and I did this in a quiet, dedicated healing time that I set aside every day during my recovery. I engaged my nervous system in the cycle of fight and flight to rest and digest, to create a homeostasis or balance. I allowed my nervous system to complete those cycles. Any fear I felt, I processed fully to rest and digest over and over again. It was an intense time for sure, and I was kept very busy, and I must iterate that this is not a one-time occurrence. It has to be repeated any time you feel your fear. You must give it your priority if you are to get free from this toxic ex in the quickest and least painful way possible. It's tough but necessary work if you are to get free. But in doing so, you will send all that bad karma, bad intentions straight back to the ex. And if you are very lucky, you'll also get to witness it. So what I understood was that the more terrorised I felt, the more he was able to terrorise me. And this inspired me to keep going, to keep feeling the fears and the terrors, and to allow the trauma to cycle and complete in my system over and over again, even through the night at times. The less he was able to terrorise me, the more negative intentions and circumstances he actually created for himself. I kind of felt like I had a superpower. Every time I was feeling terror, I would do my thing and feel better, and I would allow the fear to come up, but also I knew I was in a safe place, and I trusted myself to make good decisions and to take appropriate action. I allowed my nervous system to rest and recover every time. And this simply meant that his bad intentions didn't have a place to land. So it was all returned to sender, is how I like to phrase it. And I learned a very valuable lesson, to never run away from the feelings of fear, but to face them and to feel them. And it helped me develop a great sense of self-trust. It was a really empowering experience for sure. So that is how you navigate this very painful and scary time. And this is when I learned the power of understanding the nervous system to help me. I learned the power of listening to my body to bring me the relief I needed to create a happier life. So there's just one thing I would like to share with you before you go. To start thriving in life after emotional abuse and your divorce, to begin living your happy ever after, there is a pathway out of the nightmare and start living your dreams. It's a paradox that healing is not so much about the toxic ex, but that it's all about you. You hold the keys to a wonderful abuse-free future. If you are ready to stop the cycle of toxic people for good, watch this next step on clearing your susceptibility. The worrying aspect of emotional abuse is that toxic people will keep showing up in your life until you clear your susceptibility to them. I discovered how to do this for myself, and you can watch that here.